K2. Its peak stands 8,611 meters high. To scale it is the dream of every mountaineer, the dream of Hans Kammerlander, the climber from South Tyrol.
I have actually tried to climb K2 twice. The first time bureaucracy stopped me. I climbed Broad Peak, the neighboring mountain, with a fellow climber, also from South Tyrol. And then I wanted to go and join a German expedition to climb K2. But the bureaucrats stopped me at the last minute. It was not possible to climb two 8,000-meter peaks with the two different expeditions in the same year, they said. So I went back home totally disappointed. I think it would have been the perfect weather too. And then a few years later, it was last year, I wanted to climb Kanchenjunga, the third highest mountain in the world, which I did too. Afterwards, I wanted to climb Manaslu, and then after this ideal preparation to go for K2. But unfortunately, I injured my feet on Kanchenjunga.
Second attempt, May 14th, 1998. At the border between India and Nepal, Hans Kammerlander and his friend Konrad Auer climb Kanchenjunga, the third highest mountain on this planet. It is the beginning of a peerless trilogy. Kammerlander wants to have climbed his last three 8,000-meter peaks by the beginning of August. Then he would become a member of this exclusive club of mountaineers who have climbed all 14 8,000-meter summits on Earth. After 2 nights on the mountain, the South Tyrolean climbers reached the summit in the afternoon of May 17th. 8,586 meters above sea level, an unusual manifestation of joy on the roof of the world. While Auer descends on foot, Kammerlander uses custom-made skis, an unusual and dangerous undertaking. One wrong move can cause a deadly fall. On skis, though, Kammerlander is faster to leave the death zone above 7,000 meters, where oxygen is scarce. Six hours later, Hans Kammerlander is back to base camp. His friend, Walter Lücker, greets him. Hans seems to have stood the adventure well, but the joy is premature. The icy nights in the camps and a pinching ski boot during the downhill run have left their marks on him. His right foot aches.
You're looking good. My foot hurts.
He has his foot examined by an American physician in Kathmandu. The diagnosis is depressing. The big toe is apparently frostbitten.
In the future, they will be more likely to get very cold easily. Anyway. As you know, I think you probably know, what we do basically is we wait.
We wait,
yeah.
I cannot go again Pakistan for K2 on 2 weeks. No chance.
These maybe, this maybe, but this
no chance. Yeah, this is life.
This is the end of Kammerlander's dreams. For the time being, K2 has receded into a dim distance. Yet he doesn't give up. In the summer, he wants to finally conquer the mountain of mountains. It is June 16, 1999. Jeeps bring the expedition to Ascoli, a small mountain village at an altitude of 3,000 meters. From here on, they will continue the ascent on foot onto the central massif of the Karakoram Range, onto K2. Initially, Konrad Auer takes the lead of the group up to base camp. Hans Kammerlander will join them later. At the moment, he is preparing for K2 in China.
Hans is on Mustagata with an expedition group from his alpine school. Mustagata is a skiing mountain, 7,500 meters high. I think this is good for acclimatization. He will arrive here in excellent condition. When is he arriving? At the end of June.
On the following morning, the equipment is divided among the porters. They are Balti, one of many mountain peoples in the Karakoram Range. Tents, food supplies, mats, ice axes, and a lot more must be carried uphill on foot, an arduous job. A man responsible for the porters strictly watches over the observance of the maximum load, 25 kilograms on each back. Twice a day they must stop to pray. The strict rites of the Quran, according to which the faithful must pray toward Mecca 5 times a day, are overridden here due to the long marches every day. The Porters Union has done a good job. Now they get shoes, warm clothing, food, and about $8 per day.
62 years ago, I was 10 back then, we carried the equipment of the first British expeditions to K2, each one of us with up to 70 kilos load. No one asked us if it was too heavy. Shoes? You could hardly call them that. Often we had to walk barefooted because the soles had worn through.
At 7 in the morning of June 17th, 312 porters leave Ascoli. A total of 5 expeditions want to climb K2, or one of the other 3 8,000-meter peaks in the Karakoram Range. The temperature is 25 degrees Celsius already. The snowmelt has only just started. Water from higher altitudes is flowing into the torrential basin of the awesome Baltoro Glacier. A toll has to be paid to cross a bridge, a profitable business for the owner with the number of expeditions growing every year. Like Konrad Auer, Walter Lücke is also part of the Kammerlander team again. The journalist will be responsible for radio communication from base camp. After a couple of hours of hiking, the sun shines mercilessly upon them.
It's unbelievable. 36 degrees at 8:30.
The natives quench their thirst with glacial water. The brown water is poison to the Europeans, though, acute danger of diarrhea.
It's important to take your time when you hike uphill, and also not to drink any glacial water, even when it is hot up there sometimes. You should be careful not to upset your bowels, but the most important thing is to take your time, to do everything slowly. You see the mountains in front of you, and you'd like to go straight up, but you should take your time.
Möchte am liebsten schon gleich raufsteigen, aber einfach Zeit lassen, ja.
For the porters, the hike to base camp is routine. During the summer, when the foreigners come, they go up the arduous way up to 5 times per season. The job may be paid well by Pakistani standards, but it also affects the health of these men.
There's a face very pain, and here all bodies very pain, and walks. Then here very height, this way. Then very shoes here very pain.
The Paju camp, a small oasis at an altitude of 3,500 meters. In order to acclimate to the altitude, expeditions take a rest here for 1 day. It is a welcome opportunity for the porters to have themselves checked by the doctor. A busy day for physician Manuel Lully, leader of one of the international expeditions. One of the porters has a bad tooth. Manuel Lully can only watch him for now. The infected tooth should be extracted at once, but the doctor does not have the appropriate equipment with him.
We can do actually very little here, but to clean the wounds, give some antibiotics in case like this one, because he has a very bad dental infection, and I give him just 3 antibiotics. It will take out all the rest of the infection. I think we will have to do again tomorrow because it's very... Yes. Could you... And other things are maybe blisters, but it's very common.
A goat is slaughtered, the first piece of meat for